Welcome everyone to the Jira Life. Sorry about the delay. We had some interesting time in the pre-call.
Yeah, I went and spent like $2,000 on microphones and none of them work. I'm gonna return them all.
I'm still happy with my $90 microphone I have here.
What are you working? What do you got?
A Blue Yeti. Um,
Just the
it's
Yeti?
USB mic, which yeah,
Yeah.
there's issues with, but for what we do, it's pretty good.
I got the Nano. I got I got way too many, but okay. So at least we're here. We'll have to figure it out after, see what happened there. But anyways, welcome everybody. We're excited to be here, and we have a good episode planned out again. But they're always good, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
there. I'm
But
excited about this one though. This one I'm
today's
excited
title.
about.
You can't change the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Isn't that so appropriate?
Yep.
So do you want to just start off with the good stuff, with the bangers, or do we want to tease people and kind of wait it out to the end?
As much as I want to know who won. I don't even know yet. So,
All right, so we'll start off with the logo, right? So about a week ago, I put out a post on LinkedIn. So many people saw it. We probably had um, a crazy amount. Like even up to today, where I was still getting some messages, and we got some crazy numbers. We're looking at trying to pull up the numbers here. Oh boy, it doesn't tell me. It should tell me, but 36 comments, 2 reposts, a bunch of different likes, and number one is the option that won. So I was gonna flash it on my screen, but now I don't have it. So Ronnie, why don't you come over to my post and then maybe bring up? It's the one with the shorter mustache, so it's more appropriate to mine. And we're all just gonna have to get little sombreros.
oh, do I need to get sombrero now?
We're gonna have to get sombreros, but at least our sombreros are gonna match with like O Street Solutions crazy jackets.
All right, let's get this shared up so everyone can see the new Jeremigos logo. I
Yeah,
don't want
it was
slides. I
like a
want my
very
screen.
overwhelming. It was a very overwhelming. Like everybody went with number one. Um, it was crazy. It was like a lot of people went with number one. So numero uno is who is basically gonna get it.
You know,
So the
I didn't
staff.
want to poison the well, so I kept my opinion to myself. But I'm
I
sorry, I
was.
had to go up with the 7 Up dude.
I had a hard time because I want to engage, get the conversation going, but at the same time, I didn't want to tell people which one I liked.
Mm-hmm.
But it worked
Same
out
boat,
well.
same boat.
Yeah, I think it worked out well. Thank you to everybody that voted. We had a lot of feedback. Oh, here we go. We had 2,200 impressions here, so a lot of different feedback, and hopefully y'all got to participate. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, then again, Ronnie just shared with us. Now we're gonna figure out what to do with it. But your amigos, you all officially have your official logo. Hopefully you wear it with pride. We're gonna have to find ways to like make it into shirts or get trinkets or something made with them so that we can show our fans you here the true Jira amigos our support for you supporting us.
I need to have a T-shirt made to sell, and really all it needs to say is, "Have you updated your Jira issues today?"
Yeah, that would be definitely a good one and appropriate to your brand. Have
Absolutely.
you? So that was item number one. So we're glad that we got that out of the way. Let's jump into some more announcements. And first, I gotta close my door or window.
All right. So, again, people, if you have questions, if you have thoughts, if you have anything, type it in the chat. Let us know about it. We'll definitely spend some time at the end if there's questions answering them. So let us know about that. Alex, what kind of
Well,
announcements were you thinking today? Because I think you have
so
one. I think that we need to share.
yeah, we have a couple of announcements. I think you and I each have one, and I just want to let you all know if you haven't already subscribed, our numbers are actually going up. I think Ronnie, this is maybe the nice transition to your announcement first, right? So you made quite
Oh, you
the.
won't put me on the spot.
Yeah, let's well, because it's appropriate, right? I think that our growth in the last 13, 15 subscribers that we've gotten in the last 24 hours has been because a certain someone posted up some game
All
changing
right.
news.
All right. All right.
What do you
Well,
from it?
as you know, I have a day job on top of being the Jira guy. Company doesn't really like me saying who it is, but it's a certain company that makes some certain games that may have been playing all my life. Um, and it recently got to a point where I realized that I cannot continue to be the Jira guy and work there because I can't be paid by the people who we are in turn paying for apps. So I made the decision, very not easy decision, a very scary decision that I will be stepping down from my position at Activision Blizzard effective the start of next month. And I'm not sure what I'm moving on to. The content is definitely going to be a big part of it, but I don't know if it will be all of it or not. But absolutely, it's exciting time. It is scary. It is sad. It is happy. It is all those. I've known for about a week before I announced it, and it has been a tumultuous week.
So how does it feel? Like, are you nervous, scared, excited, or all the above?
Yes, yes.
Yes to all of it. I am.
um,
I'm excited for you. I'm happy for you. I think I, in April 2021, walked away from a job, just
mhm.
no with no net to leap into. And let me tell you that had I not done that, we wouldn't be right here right now having these conversations. So I'm excited for what's coming your way. And hopefully, for everybody here on the call, Ronnie and I have been flirting with a plan B. Uh, Ronnie,
Mhm.
Ronnie selfishly has a plan A, but that's okay.
Oh, I've got
Um,
plan A through Z at this point. I have
so
had
what am I
some
on?
interesting emails over the past 24 hours.
Yeah, anything you can share yet, or
No, not
no,
yet,
no,
but
not yet. We'll have to keep coming back in
I've
future
had.
episodes.
I'll leave it at this. I've had some Shark Tank feelings over the past 24 hours.
Wait, like people pitching to you, or you pitching to them?
Yes.
Because I pitched to you, right? Technically, I pitched to you.
Mhm. You're not the only
For,
person who pitched to
and for
me.
those reasons, I'm gonna say no.
Oh, someone's getting me my own sign, so now we have to tie two signs.
Dave,
Um,
yeah, his wall is more sign appropriate. Like mine, I got the lights, but maybe I should put it up
but I
on
mean,
like.
I already have a sign. My sign's just bigger.
Thanks. My sign was made with a lot of love.
Yes, yes, it
So,
was.
so how much time are you gonna give yourself here before you make a decision? Like, are you talking weeks, months, years, decades?
No, not years, and definitely not decades. I'm thinking a week to 2 weeks before I come up with a final decision what my ultimate plan is. I've got a lot of ideas, a lot of things I want to do, and it's a matter of finding time to do all of them. I had an idea just this about a weekend and a half ago that I really want to see happen. And I think it could be interesting to play out. And the only problem is it'll take a lot of time to do. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
you got nothing but time now.
that's the
I will.
theory. We'll see if it
I
stays
will
that
tell
way.
Yeah, I will tell you, like on Saturday, Sunday, when I do a lot more of like the YouTube stuff, right? Like I tend to drag out the day way more over that entire day than when I'm like back to back to back to back Monday through Friday.
Hmm.
So be careful because having too much time usually leads to having not enough time if you're not disciplined.
There's a reason YouTube burnout is a thing. Um, that's
A
the
very,
reason I
very real
started with
thing.
just the once a week posting rather than going all in immediately. I want
Yeah,
this
and
to
yeah,
be a
it's a marathon.
jog,
It's a marathon.
not a sprint.
Yep. No, well, again, I'm excited for you. I'm hoping whatever decision you go with, I'm sure it's going to be nothing but good for the Alaskan community,
Hmm.
and hopefully you make the right one.
I have a
Plan
feeling you
Z.
have one you want me to make.
I think I'm just an entrepreneur at heart, right? So I don't know. I gotta ask you, is Funman Andy involved in the mix yet?
No, surprisingly.
Ooh, so maybe we gotta get Funman Andy involved because if he, I don't even know. Does he know? Is he aware? Has he seen your post?
He is aware. He has read the post. He has responded to it. And imagine there is a frantic video chat coming within the next day or two.
Because Andy and I, we've had some brainstorming sessions in the past where we're like, we can take this to the next level.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got some energy, and I'm definitely apt to have him help me if that's what he wants to do.
all right, well, we'll stay tuned, folks. Rodney's gonna be keeping us on this cliffhanger for at least another week or two.
Hmm.
Hopefully, y'all can go and pitch some ideas to him and what he can do. Do you mind if I share
I'm
my
just saying.
stuff? Do you mind if I share my idea that I told you?
I mean, go for it.
See what the chat room thinks. So I called up Rodney and I'm like, hey, Rodney, we already got the Jira Life. So why don't we just append like a little word to the end here and go the Jira Life Consulting? And rather than, because I feel like, I don't know who you're talking to or the place you're talking to, right? But I just feel like wherever you go, you're gonna have similar, probably not the same, but similar limitations of like they're not gonna want you to misrepresent their brand or whatever, and there's gonna be like some constrictions, right? So I'm like,
Hmm.
what better way than to eliminate all that than to just make your own brand that you can control, where you get to dictate the future of what you do or don't do, right? So I had proposed to Ronnie that we take the Jira Life basically on the road, and maybe start helping companies out and teams out with their Jira problems. Maybe we can get a couple of other Jira admins to join the payroll, and maybe we can start cooking with fire. But we'll see. Ronnie's gonna leave us on a cliffhanger.
it's
So
it's tempting, and there's something to it,
it's
but
tempting enough that you bumped me all the way down to Plan Z.
I didn't say you're Plan Z. I'm just saying I have a Plan A through Z. You're somewhere around B or D, somewhere between B and D.
I'm on the top 10 still.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Let the chat room here. What would you think about a dynamic duo of the Jira guy and Dr. Jira helping people all around the world with their Jira problems? Would that be something that would drive the? We'd probably break the internet. But interestingly enough, Ronnie, I don't know if you remember, we were like by the custom charts booth at Team 23, and we're like,
Yeah.
what would happen if both you and I came onto the market at the same time? Should I quit my stuff?
I mean, you have an announcement for us too, don't you?
I have an announcement, but it's not as bold as yours. But you think that it's better than mine. Bob says that it sounds like a TV series. Maybe we do start like an animated TV series.
I mean,
All
marketing's got to be somewhere.
right. All right. So my announcement, I had kind of foreshadowed this announcement last week. I didn't want to make anything public because I wasn't sure. This was actually supposed to have happened a month ago, but it got moved out due to some travels and stuff that got thrown into the mix. But what was it then? 2 days ago, I had an opportunity to meet with Anu from Atlassian, and she's the president of Atlassian, in case you're not aware. And so hopefully, I mean, so many people, I mean, the amount of people that have just commented on my post here has been crazy. I think we got like some 131 likes on it. So like, I don't know that
Yeah,
I've gotten
yeah,
that many likes on a post in a really, really long time. I got a little sentimental. I think it means a lot, right? I think I tend to latch on to like Andy has had a really profound impact on my life. Chris Cook has had a really profound impact on my life, right? And I don't know. I'm very grateful when like people give you 5 minutes to at least say hi, especially when you look up to them, right? And
yeah.
so yes, I got a chance to spend 30 minutes with Anu, and it was Atlassian reached out to me. So I think everybody was like, "Oh, when's she gonna be on the show?" I was like, "Well, maybe." We did reach out, so we did send an email. So make sure you tag her on social media and maybe peer pressure her. Our buddy Jens is going to be helping us out here too. Maybe putting in a good word for us to
Hmm.
maybe get her um, onto the Jira Life. So that's our goal. Maybe just within some time. So if anybody knows or is able to see her, I know. Bob over here is going to have his own celebrity moment. What is it? In a week from now? 2 weeks from now? When is that happening, Bob? I think Anu is Alex's guest when he reaches 10,000. Okay, speaking
Yes,
of which,
yes, Robert. Yes,
yes,
Bob. This
Yeah.
needs to happen.
So speaking of which, I am about 1,000. Let me pull up the number here. I'm 1,040. It's a really small number here. It's
We
not.
need to
It's not.
have this in like a timer or something.
I am. I'm trying to get to the actual number here. YouTube Studio. We are at 8,963 subscribers right now. So a little over 1,030 ish subscribers to go. And can I? So my problem is I wanted to get there by Labor Day. That's only like a week and a half away. So I'm thinking of writing up a nice little post that says we're doing something crazy if we can get to 10,000 subscribers in the next 7 days. Yeah, Bob has Justine Davis coming to the Phoenix Ace. When is that happening, Bob? I think it's August 30th, right? I Mrs. Alex, do you want to just get on the car and drive over to Phoenix on next Wednesday? It's a 5-hour drive. Sean, did I define Labor Day? It was supposed to be this Labor Day. It's 100 days of summer. We are very close. I just feel like 1,000 shy, but that's not too bad. I definitely think I'll hit the 1,000 in September, which I think is still within the Labor Day month. But it would have been super, super cool. And so I am gonna see if we can get a little campaign going, rally it up. So if you guys can all share, promote, and retweet and do all that good stuff on the socials, let's see if we can get there in like
So
6, 7.
I'm still thinking, and Jeremy goes, I need your help on this. We need to convince Alex to do a 72-hour live stream when he
72. We're
hits
24 was long
72.
enough. You keep adding days.
And you keep denying. I'll keep adding days the more you deny it.
Oh man,
I
you
can
know
do
what? Let's just not
math.
do it on August 30th. I'm tempted to just like get in the Tesla and drive over to Phoenix on the 30th. But it's still like 1,000 degrees in Phoenix. That's the only thing that's like keeping me because I'll talk to the wife, see if we can go. Kids are still on
Yes.
vacation, so if we're gonna do it, it's gonna be this week.
I'm still
Bob,
saying
maybe
though,
save me a seat.
when you get to 10K, we definitely need to do a long live stream. I'll gladly help out. I'll do back end stuff, whatever you need me to do. We need to
All
have
right,
guests. We need to have celebrities. We need to go all out when you hit 10K.
we need to. Yeah, so I am planning a party, right? And so definitely planning to do something pretty big at the 10,000 subscriber limit here. Um, but yeah, no, let's start figuring it out and let's see who wants to participate. Anybody in the chat here that wants to participate in our 10,000? There you go. Bob's count me in for the 24-hour live stream. I gotta figure it out, but like I'm not as fancy like Nikki and Biro, man. They got it down, man. They set the gold standard here. Like everything else is just mediocre.
I mean, mediocre's one thing, but I don't think they've done a 96-hour live stream yet.
Will you keep adding days? Stop doing that.
You keep denying it. I keep telling you. I'll keep adding
I'm gonna
time for
pull a
long.
I'm gonna pull a Brittany and we're gonna do 12 hours and Dave says he can do 24 minutes.
I second the
Sean,
25-hour.
let's do a 25-hour one. I think I can stand up here and dance for like an hour and fill up an hour. No, I think it'll
That's
be
why
good.
you have guests.
Yeah, so I'll start figuring out. So I'll start reaching out to some people. I'm gonna put out some feelers out there to see what's up. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to kind of get something going. I do have an idea. So we are getting ready to enter the fall here with the channel and at least with ATEC. And so I haven't really put too much thought, but I am lining up some sponsors, and then I'm trying to figure out the next 100 videos that we're going to be putting out for. Well, it's about 60 videos. It'll probably be about 60 or 70 videos before the end of the year. And so I'm trying to figure out what those are going to be. But an idea that I had, so Bob and Ed, if you all are interested, right? Brittany actually gave me this idea not too long ago. I think she gave it to me like the week after the conference, which was Brittany submitted a talk for Team 23, and she didn't get in, but she has this talk, and I'm like, well, I get like 85,000 viewers a month here. Wouldn't it be cool if you can just have your talk on my channel, right, and kind of like post it there? And so if any of you guys are interested in like maybe doing something, right, something you want to teach, definitely think about it because we're going to be doing this live stream. I don't know that it's going to be 24 hours. I'm willing to do 12 hours.
All right, so you're willing to do
100 days.
12 hours. Now, hear me out. You're willing to do 12 hours. How does 120 sound?
No, that's the order of magnitude greater.
It's just 5 days.
I'm gonna be like, maybe I'll just like put up a camera and like live stream myself the whole day. Like that would be the most uninteresting to see me like sitting here in meetings the whole day. Oh man. All right. So we got a couple people interested. Maybe I will commit to at least a 12-hour stream. 24 if we can. I think what I'll do is we'll do a 12-hour stream when we get to 10,000. If we can get to 10,000 by Labor Day, then we'll hit up the 24 hours. I am willing to stay up. We'll go back to the Red Bulls if we have to. Cool. So
You
it's up
see,
to
you
you.
have to make your offer so ridiculous that the offer you actually wanted sounds reasonable in comparison.
120 hours. Yeah. Okay, so we will do a 24-hour live stream if we can do in the next, what is it, 9 days, 10 days? Hey Siri, how many days until Labor Day?
It's 11 days.
11 days. So in the next 11 days, if we can get 10,000 subscribers, right? So we'll let the people do their thing. So y'all got to promote, y'all got to do stuff. How quickly can we make YouTube bots? You know what? Every email counts, right? So I always tell people like your spouses, your kids, your neighbors, everybody and everywhere you go, you should be just subscribing. And if you all have different Gmails, right? I still have Gmails. I have like 4 or 5 different Gmails, so I'm 4 or 5 of my own subscribers. So they all count. Can we get an Atlassian possible? Yeah. So we'll talk to Kaylee. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just going to say for your 1,000 subscriber,
You were there.
I saw you were at like 998, and I know I had a secondary account, so I may have subscribed you to get you to 999.
And yeah, so imagine, so don't they have like a million followers? Yeah. Atlassian does follow us quite a bit. I'm always, is it Kaylee running the Atlassian one?
Kaylee, for the most part, does run a lot of the Atlassian social channels, and she does follow and promote us a good bit.
So, but that's so in the chat, or sorry, in the voting of the logo for the Jira Amigos, Atlassian voted number 1 and Kaylee voted a different number. So I was like, is it the same or did she just get like 2 votes in?
I mean, maybe she liked both. I don't know.
Maybe. But yeah, we'll see. Let's make some noise. Let's hype it up. I'll make a post tonight. I'll tag a few people here in the chat. If you guys want to reshare it, repost it, make some comments. Let's see if we can get that algorithm to work on our favor this time. And yeah, I'd be eternally grateful. And we'll do something crazy if we can get to 10,000 subscribers in 11 days.
So, what happens if we get to 10,000 subscribers in 11 days and
We'll do the
get the
24-hour
Jira Life to 1,000?
The double whammy. I don't know. What's so bold? What would the people want? What is something so bold that you'd want Ronnie and I to do if we can hit our numbers? We may have to get the word out to the Phoenix Ace and other aces. Yeah, we may have to start. Isn't there a Slack channel for the Ace people?
I mean,
Bob, if you need me, I'll talk to the wife. Well, so if I leave at 5 a.m., I can get. What time's your event? Can I get there on time? It's a 5-hour drive, at least. At least from my parents' house, it's a 5-hour drive. We will wait and see. This is exciting. I feel I'm more hyped up now that everybody's hyped up about this, man. 24-hour live stream if we can get to 10,000 subscribers in 11 days. That's what, a little over 100 a day, no? My math, public math is not what I do. Sean wants me to tap dance if we get to it. So no, maybe we do form maybe we bump up plan D up to plan A if we can get there. Because then we can really turn it into a viable business. Ron and I can go in the cannonball run
from Georgia to the accident.
Do it. We'll just convert right there. Yeah,
I mean, Ed, I have my truck. It gets a decent gas mileage. We might be able to get something going. Just throw everything in the bed.
and then Ed can bring more barbecue.
That's what the back seat's for.
Jira Life, the Peanut Gallery's Revenge, a reverse live stream where Alex and Rodney are typing comments and the video is on us. That would be an interesting one. So to give you guys a little bit of a spoiler, what's coming up in about a month's time, we are going to have a guest speaker from one of our sponsors, and they want
Yep.
to come on and talk. And so originally they wanted to do a recording, and then but Ronnie and I were like, well, we don't want to sit like in the side, like, but we were thinking like we could still be engaging in the chat, but it was going to be like a recorded video. But we convinced them. So through some negotiation tactics, we convinced them to come on live. So in about a month, we're going to have a live guest here. And that got us curious, right? So if any of you here in the chat want to be a guest, we're always open to it. And if any of you are just tired of typing, we do have a link that we can get up to 10 people in here. So we can bring 8 more people in here. So if at any point any of you guys ever want to join, you're more than welcome to just jump on, send a message to either Rodney or I on LinkedIn, and we can definitely get you the link. And so if you're available, if there's something that's interesting to you, you just want to kick the can here with us, you're more than welcome to definitely just reach out to us, and we'll bring you along. And I kind of feel like it'd be so cool, like bringing people in from the audience. I've been watching Home Improvement, and he does that a lot, where he just goes and grabs random people from the audience, and he just like brings them into the show and does a little segment with them. So I think that'd be kind of cool. So if anybody, Sean, Dave, whoever else is in here, Ed, right? Probably not my wife because I get to see her all day, but anybody else, Damien, Bob's already been in here, but I think Bob's always like multitasking it. So if anybody ever wants to join, the offer's there. But what we are going to do is Ronnie and I have like a little A/B test going on. We're going to be reaching out to our contacts. We're going to be reaching out to the people that know us, and we're going to be putting out a little bolo. We're going to be looking for guests, right? People that want to come on. Maybe you want to talk about something. And we're looking for members of the Atlassian community that just wants, they want to come on the show and have a good time here with us, obviously sharing some of the laughs. And so if you know somebody or you are somebody, keep an eye out for messages coming out from Ronnie and I this weekend. We're going to be trying to fill out a roster, if you will, for the rest of the year here. So hopefully make these a little bit more interesting, and where it's not just Ronnie and I the whole time, because we're not that excited.
No. So say, Alex, do you remember what question you had for us last week?
Yeah, the one about the university.
Yeah.
Or was it?
Yeah. Well,
The
turns out that one of our Jira amigos, King Bob himself, had the answer.
Oh, how King Bob. Yeah, why don't you share the answer with us here, and let's talk about this. So just to recap, in case you all missed it last week, we were talking about Atlassian not really having a good, or maybe a
public
as a word.
Publicly conscious or publicly acknowledged program for classrooms.
Yep.
And of course, as soon as you say something, someone's going to go prove you wrong because it's the internet.
Troll's got a troll, man.
Yep.
I have the answers. This is the correct one. I don't know, Bob. You tell us. You gave it to us. But yeah, so Atlassian has a classroom license request, so up to 75% off for teachers within the classroom. Atlassian are free to use collegiate. What does this mean? What is that second paragraph? Their sentence.
Self-managed data center products are free to use by people in colleges, graduate students, teachers within a classroom setting. So if you want to host it yourself, you get a data center license for free, as well as any of the Atlassian built add-ons.
So that's interesting then. So the teachers just need to then figure out all the IT, like how to open up, how to make it publicly accessible, or just within the internet of the school.
Probably just within the internet, because public Jiras scare me sometimes. Now there are caveats. Obviously, this classroom license has to be used for an educational purposes. You cannot be using it for some non-classroom function, nor can you use it for administrative functions. If you're going to be doing that, you need to have a regular Jira license. This is to help students learn Jira.
But this is awesome. I think even at 75% off, that's a pretty good deal. Obviously, nothing beats free, but that's a pretty good option, right? Where like students are. The good thing is that most semesters are only like 4 months long, so maybe you just buy it for a few months, like you're doing your class. Because I can see this working. I don't know if we give any use cases, right? But I've seen a couple use cases where, at the graduate level or even at the senior project level, um, that it would benefit there. DC is free. I believe that is correct. Cloud is 75% off. We want to know, is it all cloud or just a portion of cloud?
I
I love
mean,
it when
Bitbucket,
Atlassian just tells
Access,
me,
Trello,
I love,
Atlas. Seems like all the cloud,
including Fisheye and Crucible.
including Fisheye and Crucible.
Oh man, it's been so long since I used Fisheye. What an interesting name for a tool.
I saw someone recently reference Crucible and saw another Atlassian admin go, "What's that? I don't recall Crucible being an Atlassian product." Like, it's Fisheye.
Yeah, my favorite has been, I got a request to basically add Crucible to the cloud, and I'm like, I can't. And they're like, but it's no, my favorite request that I always get, like, and this is probably my, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, this one gets me every time. It's like somebody will be, I need Jira to do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. It doesn't do that. And they're like, but it does, sir. And I'm like, show me. So they go to show me some screenshots or documentation. And sure enough, it's for data center. And I'm like, you really should pay attention to the Jira product that you're on.
I have the same experience almost weekly in reverse. Oh, we want you to do this. Data center doesn't do that. Oh, but I have this documentation here that says, oh, you see up in the corner where it says cloud? Yeah, that actually matters.
That's important. Minor detail, but very, very important. Better plug in my computer before I die on you here. I'll be thrown off the face of the internet. Yeah, so I also
that's
have
my
another.
job.
I had a fail of the week that I wanted to share. I'm just totally blanking on it, but man, sometimes I get the most interesting requests. It just cracks me up sometimes.
Was it to integrate Fisheye with Bitbucket?
No. Although I think at one point we are going to have to talk about Atlassian's lack of Bitbucket Enterprise. I think that's going to be a good conversation to have for a future episode, because I'm hitting those limitations right now. It's really annoying actually to do an enterprise Bitbucket. It's almost like Atlassian's not thinking at an enterprise level yet, which is interesting because like everything I hear from Atlassian and from the people like that are partners is that Atlassian's focus is so heavily on enterprise that everybody else is like whatever's.
Yeah.
But
I see that
then
a lot.
But then I see their enterprise offerings, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like, are you guys even thinking about enterprises? like billing is such a big part. If you do your billing through like one of the Atlassian partners, like a C Prime, or who else is out there that do these
C
big,
Prime, Adaptivist.
yeah. So if you do it through them,
Recipio.
yeah, you lose your visibility to see your billing, your payments, because it's all like managed externally. And so before they added, about 6 months ago, they added like the ability to see your user count. And so now it's kind of cool. Now in the enterprise, you can see all the different users for all your Jira instances and Confluence instances and see that breakdown. But before, sorry, it's so funny. It's such a nerd joke. Are you a GitLab fan? Is that where it's at?
I'm going to be honest. Yes, I am. I have Bitbucket license and a GitLab license, and I run GitLab in my local instance.
Of course you do. Atlassian's afraid of competing with GitHub Enterprise. They gotta do something though, Bob, because it is super annoying. Like, the way it's set up right now is your intellectual property is at risk, because since I like as an admin, I mean I technically can do this, but I don't do it, and that is like I have to go and quote unquote get the individual bit buckets for my individual teams that need it. because everybody, like every team's got like a different billing department and stuff like that. So different teams got to go get their own thing, and then they got to add me as a technical contact, and then I got to go get the licenses, and then it's like a whole thing, and then I'm not an admin on that Bitbucket, and then people are asking me for access, and I'm like, I don't even know where your Bitbucket's at, and like they need an enterprise answer here. This is not the most enterprise friendly tool right now. So yeah, so what's topic number 2, Ronnie?
So topic number 2, I came across this article and it reminded me of something that's happening. Alex, have you worked with the Atlassian TAMs before?
I have.
And they're, for the most part, pretty awesome people. Am I wrong?
I live next door to one.
So you got to
Have
answer
I
this one
ever told you this?
carefully.
Have I ever told you this story? Oh man, we'll
Nope,
do.
this is
Let's
news
do
to me.
let's do story time. Let's take a little detour. So, I I moved to California, Southern California. I used to live 3 years in St. Louis, and I moved to Southern California in 2016. And the team that I worked on was doing or managing all the Atlassian tools, and that was my first exposure to Atlassian. And I had gotten bit real hard when I worked over at the Boeing company, and my career was kind of in a weird thing where I kind of learned how to work the system to work hard enough to get good recognition, but not so bad that you would get type of thing. So I figured out just the right amount, and so I kind of just like C's get degrees is how I like to live life, and good enough for government work. And so one of my teammates would always get really mad at me because she would put in like 1,000% effort every day, every single day, consistently, and I'd be here like just scraping by with like 99%, right? Like just enough to not be again not be an overachiever, but I also didn't want to be an underachiever, right? I just wanted to cruise on by. And get folks, keep in mind this is me 2016. Like I'm a whole different person right now, right? But she hated my guts. She hated my guts because she was always the type of person who was like, she was always on top of everything. Like everything had to be perfect. Everything was always scheduled and organized and like perfectly planned. And I'm like, just like, good enough for government work, right? If it works, if it fits, it ships. Type of
Yep.
guy, very lax. And so she learned to hate my guts quite a bit. And she did not like me at all. And one day, so I changed teams. And then one day I saw her coming by that other building that I used to work in one too many times. And it turns out she became like a manager. She would have been my manager. And boy, oh boy, would my life have been a living hell. So, but fortunately, I caught that and I changed teams again and I dodged that bullet. But as of late, she became a TAM over at Atlassian, right? And she lives a couple doors over from my house by serendipity. Like she just accidentally moved into me. So she like hates my total guts completely, and she's a TAM over at Atlassian, or at least
And we're
former
not going to
TAM.
name names.
We're not naming names. She knows. She
Oh,
knows. She knows.
well,
I do have a TAM friend, who knows her. So I was like, yeah, she's my neighbor.
so TAM program, awesome people, awesome program. For those of you who don't know, this is a license program meant to help enterprises with their Atlassian tools, give them advice, help them find articles, answer questions, make sure that Premier support tickets are moving as they should, whole 9 yards. One of my favorite things about the TAM program is if there's a critical CVE, you'll actually get early notification of it, so you can do something about it before it's publicly released.
Yeah, that and they also help you out with like, they have access to the product teams, right? So
Yeah,
they can go and like ask the person who made the functions like, hey, this how this works? Or like I've gotten examples. I was doing some really complex like automation rules. Well, we went straight to the creators of the automation rule and they're like, oh, this is how you should do it. And like, well, that saved me a ton of time. And
yeah.
it's a little expensive, or at least on the time side, it used to be a little expensive. It was like 80 grand or 85,000 for the
Yeah,
whole
it
year.
is an expensive program, but my experience, at least personally, have been that they've been worth every penny, at least as an admin.
That's interesting you say that. So when we had our TAM, we didn't utilize the TAM at all. Like we would just do a check-in and like they kind of just see the product, and I think it maybe it depends on the TAM
Oh
that you get.
no, we put our TAMs to work. I'm sorry, Anthony Ferrari. He was one of the TAMs I've worked with in the past, and we definitely put him to work.
Yeah.
Tim O'Connor. I'll name names because I'm on good terms with these.
Keep
Tim
naming the names.
O'Connor.
Maybe you run into my from my arc nemesis.
If
You
you're a
can
kid,
afford
let's go with this quote from Bob. If you can afford a TAM, you're probably doing massive data centers or on enterprise, and absolutely the truth. But if you're doing those kind of workflows, you tend to be doing a lot of custom work, and their help is valuable. Well,
Yeah.
um,
When you do take advantage of them, I think they're definitely worth it. Just again, just the product access, right? The ability that they can
yeah,
kind of champion for you on your problems is really, really important, right? Because I get all kinds like I like to tell people, right? I get 1,000 questions a day on how to use Jira. No two questions are ever the same,
no.
ever. Like,
So,
and
y-
sometimes I'm stumped. Like right now, I probably spent an hour at this point trying to figure out why a page property report isn't showing anything, even though I have like my page property macros downstream, right? And it's just
yeah.
not working at all. And these would be great opportunities where I like hit up a TAM and go, hey, there's no worky. Why not?
Um, so we got it. We know what the TAM program is. It's a pretty awesome program. What is
But
second
they
question
killed it.
here?
But they
No,
killed it.
no, no. They did not
What do
kill
you
it.
know?
What
Yeah,
is Atlassian's favorite activity to do?
putting people together,
Rebranding.
rebranding.
They love to rename stuff.
Well, let me know when they get around to Crucible and Fish because that needs some 2023 modernization.
So Atlassian has renamed the TAM program to Advisory Services. They've also tweaked how it works a bit. This is something we've been working through with our advisory service manager. I still want to call him a TAM. uh, for the past couple of weeks, and this is actually public now.
But
They did this post about it this past week, so I thought I'd bring attention to it. If you're looking for the TAM program, its name has changed because that's what Atlassian loves to do.
but now, how do they introduce themselves? Like, hi, my name is Ronnie. I'm your ass.
I'm not going to say I've said that, but
Or your asm. Like TLAs are very, very important to get just perfectly when you can get crafty. I thought Tam was a perfect name. I love calling them my Tams.
yeah,
Now they're my asms.
our TAM was Tim Tam.
Tim Tam. Oh man. Hey, I work for a solution partner. I'm on the flight crew, says Bob. I don't know. I like advisory services. It makes sense. Um, probably probably engages more of like encompasses more of what they actually do, right? Because they do provide a lot of advisory services.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
do they still cost the
But
same? That's the $1 million question.
I mean, yeah, it's still an expensive program. And I'm not going to pretend it's not. If you're a small customer, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's interesting. I want to peel that a little bit back, right? If you're a small customer, like what options do we have?
Partners. People like Bob, people like Precipio, people like Adaptivist. Um, there's a name I'm avoiding here. um, but yeah,
Anybody else?
solution partners are the answer there because you don't need, or you probably don't need the same kind of engagement you get with advisory services, but usually the people, Ed, you're making me laugh. Stop it. Um, but usually you don't need the kind of access that a TAM would get you, but you still need something. That's where advisory services fills the gaps, or the solution partner fills the gaps.
Yeah, because that's interesting because I've always seen like the solution partners to be more like they kind of come in and are a little bit more hands-on. Because I never saw my advisory service manager
Manager.
ASM. I never saw my ASM to be like too hands-on,
I
right?
mean,
But
yeah.
but it sounds like your team over there was like really hands-on.
There, I've had when I was with a solution partner, I've had two types of contracts. I had some where I was working on an active project where I was trying to do something for someone, And then I had some where I was an advisor or extra set of hands, or I could, if people had a question, I could say, hey, here's how you do it because I am an Atlassian expert.
Yeah. I like this comment here from Bob though. Paid licenses can contact. So I think that's something a lot of people don't really take advantage of. It does help
Oh,
when you are a technical contact, and so I've actually started using them. Anybody know if is there a limit? Because like with Microsoft Premier support, you're limited to like 5 a year or something like that.
last time I looked, which it could have changed, I'll give you that. But last time I looked, there was not a limit. If you have a legitimate problem, you could just put in a request.
Yeah,
Um,
I actually use them for. I rarely use their support tickets, but I've been running into a couple problems where it's just been like just I can't figure it out. Maybe it's a sign of weakness.
it's not. It's just no one knows everything. I've had to go to Premier support and to just regular support at times to go, hey, what the heck?
Sean and Bob, I'm not trying to insult you guys, man. I don't know who's in this call. Maybe I should watch my mouth. I mean, they were just more hands on. Like they do more for you than like with you.
And that depends on the statement of work. I know as a service partner, I lived and died by the statement of work. And the few service partners I've worked with as a customer has been very much the same thing. You live and die by the statement of work.
So to recap, we have your ASM, your advisory service manager. If you got some good big bucks, we got solution partners that can help you out if you don't have as much big bucks, but still have a deal. They're still not cheap, right? Like they're
You're
still gonna
still
run
paying
you.
for it, but you're still paying a person and the company they
Yeah,
represent.
right. So it's still gonna be pretty. It's still gonna be a pretty penny. You got people like maybe potentially Rodney now, who's just like chilling like a villain, helping people with the Jira problems. I may
I
or may not
mean,
help
I
people
am
out
the
too.
Jira guy.
He is the Jira guy. You got free resources like YouTube channels like these, and obviously some of our other channels, and then you got
Subscribe to
last
Tech Tutorials.
subscribe. You got things like the community.atlassian.com, and then I think like if somebody in the chat here, tell me if I'm right or wrong, right? But it's my understanding that if you submit a ticket, you need to have your SCN number, so
Yes.
you need to have exposure to that. So either you get that from a technical contact, or they make you a technical contact yourself.
And
Or
usually, as a technical contact, I'm not sharing our send with anyone. Like,
really, I don't give it away.
if I trust you enough to have to send to submit tickets, I already have you as a technical contact.
It's true. And for everybody on the call, if you don't know what your SEN is, it is your unique identifier for your Atlassian product.
It stands for something.
Trivia time in the chat. What does it stand for?
I'm going to give them a second to answer.
Doo-doo. Where's the sound effects? We got 5 minutes, folks. Get it in now. What does SEN stand
I
for?
don't have that one queued up. I don't have that one queued up.
I think it's your fault that my audio did not work on my computer, just for the record.
Damien, he might have it, but that's not the one I heard it called.
Serial ID. Dave, you gotta have the letters in there. It's not a
What I
serial
was told it stood for is the support entitlement number.
support entitlement number. That's what Damien said.
Yes. He said enablement.
Oh, enablement. Oh my gosh, my dyslexia. They look the same. Enablement, entitlement. Let's see
Yeah.
who was googling it. I know it's not fair if you were googling it. I'm trying to. You Google. But yes, your support entitlement number. My wife definitely Googled that one because I guarantee you this is my first time my wife's hearing the send. Bonus points for Sean. I will give you bonus points to make it up for the fact that I called you handsy earlier. Don't be mad at me. Oh man. Support entitlement number, your SEN.
Yeah.
How do you know when it's like an SEN or a SEN?
I mean, what tomato tomato. I called it a SEN. It's a SEN number. It's a SEN number. You're already being redundant by putting number at the end, anyways.
I just love having fun with acronyms. I think the person who gets to like make acronyms is like the coolest job ever. Except whoever made this ASM for the advisory service, you dropped the ball there.
The only thing cooler than the people who make acronyms are the people who name neighborhoods.
There's like a neighborhood in Vegas or something that's like all Pokemon. Have you seen it?
Yes, yes.
That was
And you know that person had fun that day.
Yeah, we I don't know if you guys can see this this sign right here, this black signish there. It's the Firebird logo. Let me see if I can pull it. That's like stuck on there. This is the emblem for the Firebird on the Trans Am,
Yeah.
and so we used to have an entire aircraft with this exact uncopyrighted image right on the hood of that aircraft. We're like, well, they're never gonna find out because it's something that's in the air that you'll never see up there, and very few people ever get to see that aircraft. So maybe this is what we do. We print out the Jira Amigos logo and we get it signed by the entire community, and then we send it out to the community members. We're gonna have a meetup. We'll do a meetup. Everybody go to Team 24. We'll take one of these giant things and we'll get it signed and make copies for everybody.
Let's see if we can get a sponsored booth.
The good old days. And then we gotta do our challenge coins. First flight. That's the only thing I miss about working like defense, man. We used to have some cool names on our
I mean,
product.
yeah. I mean, even Skunk Works. Black Project, it's still a cool name for a Black Project.
We'll have to make like code names for our Jira projects. All right, we're down to the last couple minutes. Jira amigos, any final questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns? And most importantly, if you're watching the live stream, have you hit the subscribe button just yet? Live taping. Yeah, so this is where we started. So it'd be good to do the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, our episode 0 is on Alex's channel, where we just sat there and talked about everything from the keynotes at Team 23. I'm surprised Noah walked up.
I know, right? Nobody walked up. But you know what I was thinking of this year? Maybe doing like interviews there, right? Where like
I mean, it worked for Nico and Biro.
Yeah, they were kind of walking around, but like kind of setting it up beforehand, though, right? Like having them. I think they were just randomly going up to people. But I think it'd be kind of cool to maybe get like a whole day's worth of interviews with people, and we just kind of have like we commandeer somebody's booth or have our own. I think Andy's in charge of trying to figure out how do we have our own booth at the Team 24. We'll have the Jira Amigos booth.
I mean, with the peanut gallery, that is beginning to sound like a panel. I wonder if we could get that approved from Atlassian. The Jira Live panel.
How we grew an Atlassian community from 0 to like 1,000 in 100 days. So only you guys can make this happen. Or we can just name it how we grew the greatest Atlassian community ever. The greatest unofficial Atlassian community.
We could take over a corner of the community area.
That's exactly what we did. We were sitting down.
Ed, I know you were busy, but this is literally what me and Alex did for Team 23.
Yeah, we literally were. I think they had just done a panel too, no? Like they had just concluded a panel.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we just
grabbed a table, grabbed some chairs, set up a microphone, and just start talking.
You hear all the noise. It's so bad. Next year we're gonna have like lapel mics or something.
Yeah. Did you see the setup? I mean, I keep referring to them, but they had a slick setup. Nikki and Biro did for Team 23.
Dude, Nikki and Biro, I tell you, man, they're the gold standard of everything.
Yeah.
All right, folks, it's 3:00 Pacific time. Thank you all very much. Ronnie, why don't you close us out here?
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the Jira Life. My friend here is Alex, the Confluence Kappa Ortiz. You can find his channel at youtube.com/ApeTech Tutorials. all one word. This week, actually, and speaking of the dynamic duo, he interviews Nikki Biro for his weekly
I'm sad
interview
they weren't
channel.
here. I tried to put some pressure on them to come and they didn't show up. Tears.
But seriously, if anyone's going to unseat me, it's going to be those two.
Maybe.
My name is Rodney. You can find my blog at thejaredguide.com. Please go there. Please subscribe. Please join the Patreon. I am really depending on you guys right now. You can catch this podcast every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/@thejiralife. All one word. Be sure to join us and the other members of the Peanut Gallery every week to ask questions, to add your comments, and tell us what you're up to. If you can't join us live, you can find this podcast on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. If you think this podcast deserves a rating, please do. It helps us out. And then remember, we didn't choose the Jira Life. The Jira Life chose us.